Does it look like to counteract patriarchy? Well, we can start by listening to the women. We can start by questioning ourselves and what no longer serves us on an individual level. For example, if you're a guy who's chronically single, maybe instead of blaming the women you date, you do a little self-reflection. Dare I say it, therapy? Instead of coming up with excuses like male loneliness epidemic because the world is too woke now, be a real man by taking accountability for your ability to respond to the feminine within and without. And that means the feminine energy outside yourself, women, right? It's your responsibility, your ability to respond to that is causing you that issue. Because let's be real, most issues men have with the idea of women ruling is just a projection based off of how men have been ruling things for centuries at this point. And fallacies like toxic femininity are really just men not realizing that women are embodying the masculinity they have in order to use it as a barrier to protect themselves from toxic men, which is kind of like a fight fire with fire situation. However, it's not working. It's just helping everything burn faster, which, if you're on the side of decolonization, still kind of works. For instance, patriarchy stemmed from men wanting to control others outside of themselves because they couldn't control themselves, going back to the idea of resulting in going after women and being predatory, right? So, in a society where your value is directly correlated to what you bring to the community, what happens when you can't hunt? Well, in most cases, you were given other duties or left on your own to figure it out, right? Which subsequently meant that most times that you weren't the lucky guy who was going to be able to have his genes carried on and have kids, right? And I say get to because in tribal societies, matriarchies specifically, the priorities were harmony and well-being for the collective. So women were selective of who had kids and when they did, because if there was too many mouths to feed, everybody would die. Or if there was too many matriarchs who were the wellspring of knowledge and wisdom, were stunted by having literal human growing inside of them, and also wouldn't help their survival chances, especially if they needed extra nutrients to provide for that human that's growing inside of them, right? So just thinking practically, that's why it worked.